Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm not too sure if many of you guys were aware, but Kingpin has been bugged for a very long time, and he actually did not have the damage output that he should have had. And now that finally the Kingpin bug is allegedly fixed, we're gonna go a little video to check how he was before the bug fix and after the bug fix. So these clips I recorded before his bug was fixed, and you're immediately going to notice inconsistencies with the fact that once you get multiple overpower buffs, his damage does not scale as high as it should, and he immediately drops down quite a lot of damage whenever he doesn't have any other buffs really active on him, sorry, any other debuffs. The base point is that the overpower buff does not really provide attack increase. As you can see here right now, it's a beautiful display of him having 4 overpower buffs, and he's only hitting for like 4k non-crits and 2k non-crits and stuff like that, which is nowhere near as high as it should be. Here right now, 5 overpower buffs, he should have insane attack rating at this point, but it's just not there. And also, obviously, that also reduced the potency of his degenerations, and his degeneration only really got increased based on the amount of debuffs that he had. He could have had his overpower buff active, but degeneration was doing very little damage, even though it should have been affected by these overpower buffs. And that typically was the most noticeable in any matchups where Kingpin should absolutely demolish and excel, such as energy adoption lanes or any other lanes where you would get multiples of debuffs on you that Kingpin has a chance to purify in order to get many overpower buffs. Here we saw that at this point, you know, somewhere there was like a 40k crit, which is obviously awesome, but at the same time he hits for like 1900 with 4 overpower buffs. So we can definitely say that the damage was very inconsistent in a sense, to a point where it really doesn't make any sense why he's hitting so weak with this many buffs, with this many debuffs on him. And again, before he had less on, he was hitting for 40k critting. Now he was critting for like 20k, and the rest of the hits are only like 2k as well. So it's very sad state of affairs. In this last fight, I'm also going to showcase the degeneration, where degeneration did not perform nowhere near to the level where it should have been performing. So here I still go for level 2 again, you know, 20k, 32k, some decent damage there. 14k medium, but all of a sudden the damage just goes completely by the wayside once the multiples of overpower buffs start appearing. And the degen here is at this point with 4 overpower buffs at the time of activation. It's only for like 900, and here I'm going to activate degeneration again, and you guys can see that there's going to be even bigger difference. I have 3 overpower buffs, but only 3 buffs, and it's only degening for 400. Now it should have been degening for way more than that. So, the champion that obviously we all knew, loved, and that was awesome, definitely had some inconsistencies, bugs, and problems with it. Well, now the game update finally has come out, and it's time to see what has changed, and whether the degen's more potent, whether his damage is more potent. And, you know, we start off with, you know, relatively the same situation here, I would say. But at this point, with only 2 overpower buffs, we were already critting for like 21k mediums, and that definitely is much better. Now, I'm not entirely sure if it's still fully consistent with how it should be, but the damage definitely overall does seem to be better for sure. And yeah, we can see that here he at this point is already hitting 14k, 15k non-crits, so it definitely has gone way up. And now that we know for a fact that his damage has increased and should be scaling at least, you know, somewhat correctly, hopefully properly correctly, we are also going to be checking out how his degeneration works, because previously it was fairly hard to get, you know, more than 1200 degen or so. And now, even with like a couple of those buffs, his degen is definitely, in my opinion, doing more damage. We're going to see even higher degeneration later on. Obviously, the problem with testing the degeneration is also the fact that once you do apply it, opponents defensive build, the accuracy reduces, and you stop getting as many debuffs from the nodes, so you do have to be fairly tactful. But here we can see that even with only 2 overpower buffs, I was doing like 20k mediums, which is much better than it was before. And we're gonna see some more potent degeneration here towards the end as well, where I'm trying to get obviously as many overpower buffs as I can in this fight. I really should have brought in Mr. Sinister Synergy just to see how aggressive I can get with how many overpowers I can manage to stack up. But still, let's see. So here we have 4 overpower buffs. Obviously Carnage has that increased physical resistance, but when we do crit, we immediately do crit for fairly high numbers now. Now we have 27k crits there, not too bad. I think after this one I'm gonna go for a level 1, and we're gonna see some quite neat degeneration to finish off this fight as well, which is like gonna be over 2000, which he previously could not achieve, especially with no debuffs active. So the conclusion is that Kingpin, with the bug fix, definitely got even more powerful, which is awesome, because Kingpin is a great champion for virtually almost every game mode, and I am super happy that finally, you know, only a year plus after his buff, he got his bug fixed here in this situation, and damage actually is what it should be. Let me know if you guys have messed around your bug fixed Kingpin, and what do you guys think. I'm gonna catch you guys later. See ya.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about